You know, he's officially going to be like the artist of IDP Power Hour, man. So I'm pretty excited to like welcome him on. And not only that, Russ, this is actually our first appearance. We might have did it once back in the day or something, but this is our first appearance, man, on Dynasty Happy Hour platforms, brother. And I couldn't be more excited. We got the information from Tyler, and we're now on Dynasty Happy Hour, YouTube, Periscopes, man. You know, I'm so excited to get going. But before we do, man, I just want to give a little bit to shout out to the new artist of IDP Power Hour, Mr. Z Note here, and let's check him out.
It's like waiting on the schedule for the Big Ten.
Yeah, did you hear somebody was somebody they were the Pac-12? There was a couple of guys in the Pac-12 that came out and they said that they had to lift the demands, man, that they wanted, and there was another group that came together and they're all getting together, man. And football, college football's crazy right now. But here we go, Mr. Zeno, the official artist of IDP Power Hour. Here we go. Well, I guess we can't hear that, Russ. So anyway, on with the show. Russ, we got the trade spectacular tonight, brother, and we had a crap load of questions come in. I mean, when we asked people to sit in their trade questions, there ain't no way I thought we'd get the questions we'd get, man. But we've got dozens of questions lined up, and I'm excited to get to a lot of them. We're gonna try to. I told everybody we're gonna get to all of them, but before we do that, buddy, I guess we better formally introduce everybody since we are now on Dynasty Happy Hours flagship program YouTube here. So first of all, everybody, hello and welcome to IDP Power Hour, the IDP flagship, the starship of Dynasty Happy Hour. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Dynasty Happy Hour gang, for having us. We couldn't be more excited to be here, right, Russ?
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure to come on here and talk some football. And hey, a lot of trade talk going on and trying to figure out how to trade those IDP guys for offensive guys. And we're here to just kind of point you in the right direction and give you our opinions.
That's right, buddy. That's right. He's at Clutch Russ 72. That's the co-host. I'm the host at Oklahoma Doug on Twitter. Follow us both. Our sponsors for this episode is Trophy Smack. Follow Trophy Smack at Twitter at Trophy Smack and look them up on the web at trophysmack.com. Use that promo code all caps Oklahoma OKLHOMIE for a free blinged out ring, Russ. Woo! I believe it's like a $70 value, 65. Don't hold me to that. Do not hold me to that. Nobody hold me to that value, but it's somewhere around there, Russ. It's fire, bro. It's fire. So whenever you get that trophy for those championships, man, make sure to enter that promo code Oklahoma OKLAHOMIE all caps for that free brilling down ring. And last but not least, myfantasyleague.com, the most customizable fantasy site in the game, Russ. Russ, I got one of my babies that I run on my fantasyleague.com there. I call it the Golden Ticket Gala, man. It's for this charity that I run, the hashtag Hoodies for Hope, man, for taking care of people around the area that's less fortunate during the winter. Anyway, brother, myfantasyleague.com helps me put all that on, man, and I couldn't do anything without them. So thank you, My Fantasy League, for supporting IDP Power Hour, Dynasty Happy Hour, and at Clutch Russ and myself. So, hey, all that out of the way, Russ. It's IDP Power Hour. We're here, man. We're here. We got another
Yeah,
episode. Hey, you know what happened, Russ? I forgot how to download the the show that we did on Periscope. So that thing's still running around the interwebs, and I'm fixing to get it uploaded to Tyler. So not only will we have the trade spectacular show, this one right here dropping for everybody soon, the show that me and you did with the ADP, man, the ADP show that me and you did. That'll be dropping as well as the trade spectacular. So, hey, IDP Power Hour, we're rocking and rolling, baby. You see the production going on, Russ? I mean, what's up, buddy? What have you been doing?
Hey man, I just been waiting to see if my Huskers are going to play, and I know this is some NFL talk a lot, but man, I just jonesing to make sure that they wasn't going to back out. So glad to hear that they put out a schedule, and now we're here. It kind of feels like football is going to be full swing, for lack of a better term, hopefully, and hopefully we get a finish to this thing, not just a start, but hopefully we get a finish. And trying to figure out all that logistic stuff with or your fantasy football leagues, regardless if they're IDP or non-IDP, and how you're going to treat the COVID and all that kind of stuff. So it's been crazy, man. Talking to all the league mates and doing scheduling and all that crap. So I'm just ready to get down to it and talk some football.
That's right, brother. Hey, do me a favor though. Is that desk that you're at? Is it made of wood? Will you go ahead and knock on it for me real fast? It's just part of my superstition, you know.
Yeah,
You know, you.
no, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Hey, the way I look at it, man, is I hate to say it, Russ, man, but there's a good chance these owners are out there on their big fancy boats out there in the Caribbeans, man, making these calls of putting these players on the field and everything. And I don't suit up and go out there and play, so I'm not going to invest that much into it. But if there's football, let's play football, and we'll talk fantasy football if there's football. But if those players choose not to play football because it's a risk to them, then you know what? I back that as well, and that's their decision. And by God, we'll make a wrestling fantasy league, Russ, and we'll play some stuff wrestling, bro.
Hey, I just watched the SummerSlam last night with Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man.
Hey,
I'm down with that.
hey, there is a guy in the AEW. Man, I forget his name, Russ. I think it's Dark Horse, Wild something. Man, this dude's and he mimics the Ultimate Warrior. It's my favorite wrestler of all time, Ultimate Warrior. He's my number one. He's 101 for me, Russ. It's 101, brother. You know what I mean? I love
Yeah.
shaking on the rope, man. That's my guy. But anyway, there's this guy in AEW. He made his debut, and he even does the two handed or the 2 feeted kick off the top rope, like as he's running off the side of the ropes. He does the 2 footed stomp that the Warrior always did. He does the little things that the Warrior always did, and I was just blown away. Instantly became a fan. Russ, I'm gonna find that guy's name, and I'm gonna let you know what it is, buddy. I got to get back to you about that. But hey, before we get into the trades, how was SummerSlam? I ain't watched it yet. Me and the boy, to be honest with you, I'm a little broke, brother. So I usually YouTube it the next day. I mean, we usually pay for it the next day. Is what I meant to say.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch this year's SummerSlam. They was just playing some replays of some retro
Okay,
stuff.
I got you.
Is what I
I got
caught myself watching a little bit there on Fox or whatever. No plug there. I mean, we're not sponsored by them, but maybe someday.
Maybe someday Vince will be watching the IDP Power Hour and he'll be like, all right, Russ. Hey, man. I guess we'll get right into it, man, because we've got a crap. I about said something that we used to say on the other YouTube, but now we're a little bit more professional, Russ. So we got a crap load of trades to get to, Russ. We got a crap load, man. So, hey, let's dive right into one. And we're going to start off with the boss, Russ. We're starting off with the boss, man. Hey, Tyler, Mr. Tyler Gunther at DAH underscore Tyler. He says, I get Kirk Cousins, I get Austin Eckler, I get KJ Hamler, I get Jalen Smith. I give away the Rona Stafford, Alvin Kamara, Lat Murray, and Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker, top 20 linebacker last year. Let's not overlook Jerome Baker. I know that's not a popular name,
Right.
per
Right.
se, but let's not look the addition of Jerome Baker there in this trade. Russ, Immediate reactions, brother.
I don't know. I kind of had mixed feelings. It seemed like it was helping one guy on the offensive side and then helping the other guy for the defensive side. I mean, I'd rather have Jalen Smith than Jerome Baker. I don't know if I want to give up Alvin Kamara, though. Other than that, I don't mind that. I mean, you got Stafford coming back off an injury. So hopefully he doesn't get COVID anymore. So maybe you're safe there. They just got released to come back to practice. So that helps. But overall, I mean, I think they both probably, I mean, not knowing their rosters, they must have tried to help each other out where they could. But the Latavius Murray is probably just a little bit of insurance for Kamara if he goes down. But
that's the handcuff there. So you could say he probably got the Saints backfield. You know, he got the Saints backfield on lock. You know, and we like that. I mean, most of us like that, Russ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, besides having Andy Reid's running backs, the Saints running backs are probably about the best next ones as far as the group.
Sean Payton. Hey, just real quick, did you hear what Sean Payton did? It's just another thing that Sean Payton's doing before the rest of the coaches. He's got his team in their own hotel. Like, he rented out the whole hotel. He rented out like a high school practice field or something like that next to the hotel. And it's like they have their own little part of this little town that they're like just like living in and staying in. And it's just Sean Payton. He's just always a step ahead, bro. It seems like he's always just winning, Russ.
Is that the Truman Show? Is that the Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah.
If it works, it works. If we get football, that's what it takes. Hey, that's awesome. If those players are willing to do that, I'm cool with it.
Right. Okay, so back to this trade, Russ. Back to this trade, man. We've got to pick a side. That's part of the trade spectacular. And you know I'm devil's advocate. And you know I'm always coming at the boss man. You know, being the boss man, we're always riling it up. But I can't do it to him. He gets rid of Stafford. I believe Stafford just had his 37th kid. Excuse me, I believe it's his 6th, something like that. I believe he's got a newborn. I believe he's got a set of twins already. I believe he's got a boy. I don't think he risked this Rona, man, unless the stuff blows over. I don't see maybe coming back to practice whenever this stuff's all contained and everything. But when it takes going out, going to another city, I don't know if Matt Stafford puts his family in risk to do that. And that's the part of this trade, Russ, that makes me go the other way. Plus, you know, I love me some Jalen Smith, baby. So I can't go against the boss on this, and I'm going against Tyler. I got Tyler's side on this one, Russ. I got to go with Jalen Smith. Austin Eckler, have you seen the guy lately? I think he's living with Professor X, you know, during the quarantine, because this dude is eating everybody's lunch on the offensive line. Let me tell you, with that guy's agility plus putting on that weight and that mass, Russ, I'm excited for some Austin Eckler this year. I'm really excited for Austin Eckler, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him having that complete backfield by himself. I mean, I'm sure Justin Jackson might get a few carries here and there, but it will be interesting to see. Maybe, I don't know if he can be Alvin Kamara, but I guess, you know, he's coming off an injury. So I guess there's a lot of pros and cons to how you want to value, I guess, their injury, re-injury risk, I guess.
And there's one little name you said right there that I've been getting when I'm out of them IDPers, when I got my tier 1 guys field, Russ, you know, I got that running back core kind of field on lockdown. I got the wide receiver 1, 2, 3. I got the tight end. I got the 2 quarterbacks. I got all them locked up. And then I'm looking for somebody to pick. That name you said just a second ago, Justin Jackson. I think that's a sneaky running back pick right there, brother, that's going under the radar, man, that I like a lot, Justin Jackson, man. I like that pick. All right, so I'm taking the boss man, dude. I'm going with Tyler. Who are you going? Are you going to be in the mail room next week? Are you going against the boss man here? What are you doing, Russ?
Man, I guess I probably would. I do kind of like the Magneto's getting the better of the offensive side of things, but obviously you're not going to start both Kamara and Travis Murray. He's probably just going to start KJ Hamler on a bye week. So, I mean, he got better starters overall right off the bat. So, yeah, I'll lean that way.
I thought I'd throw it out there, but as you can see, Tyler says he'll take the Eckler side. So I believe I mentioned that, but that's the side he's getting. So, yeah,
Right.
boss, pull the trigger, boss, pull it. All right, Russ, we're solving problems, baby. We're solving problems.
Hey, just helping everybody out.
Hey, we just helping everybody. That's all we do. All right, buddy. Let's get right into number 2. We got plenty of these bad boys. We're going right to we all know old Hollywood right here, Mr. Hollywood, at Hollywood Titan himself. Hey, we're going a little offense here, Russ. I like a little offense, man. You know, if you can play IDP, guess what you had to play before you could start playing IDP? You had to start playing offensive football, right? Offensive fantasy football. So we know that side as well, Russ. T. Higgins and that 2025th gave up Zach Moss. He adds on there in the DM a little bit later that he could use the running back depth, Russ. So
Yeah.
add that, Russ. He could use running back depth, but hey, I'm a T. Higgins fan, baby. I love me some T. Higgins. Plus, he's getting that 5th.
Yeah.
Not really a Zach Moss believer. Not myself. I'm not, Russ. What about you, buddy?
Well, yeah, as you can see, I got some Bills representatives here, and I like Devin Singletary. And unless you're playing in like a regular standard scoring with just touchdowns only, and Zach Moss steals some goal line carries or something like that, I like the T Higgins and having that extra pick. So
Well,
I'm not a huge fan of Zach Moss quite yet, but I'm kind of biased to Devin Singletary.
Well, it's been said that nobody can get their hands on a Zach Moss jersey because Tyler Gunther has literally bought them out. We're talking homes, we're talking aways, we're talking alternates, we're talking future Pro Bowl. There's even rumor that he's having OG Moss stitch up the golden jacket already. So Zach Moss, Tyler Gunther, these two one in another, one in another. Remember that. If you got Zach Moss, go hit up Tyler Gunther. He'll get them from you. He'll get them from you, Russ. I guarantee it.
All right, I'll have to get in the league with him and see what I can
Check
get.
it. Never. All right, Russ. Moving on. Okay, so I'm a T Higgins fan, man. So I'm gonna take T, and I understand running backs bad. I understand running backs bad. Let's face it, Zach Moss is a name that played at San Diego State University, who's had a known, or Zach Moss coming from Utah, excuse me. Spread offense. Not a lot of heavy IDP potential in that conference there. Let's face it. So give me the T Higgins in the 5th there, Russ.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's kind of an easy one for me as well. Get a stud starting day 1 wide receiver and a pick for a backup running back. I don't know. Must
I
be
like it, brother.
need a deep league for that.
I like it, brother. All right, man. Moving along. Moving along. We've got Mr. Floyd. I don't know if y'all all know Floyd. The FL stands for Floyd, by the way. It don't stand for Florida. It does not stand for Florida. That FL does not stand for Florida. It stands for Floyd. I won't have it any other way, Russ. I won't have it any other way.
Right.
Floyd, FL, 2 drink minimum, my good friend. My very, 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 very good friend, Floyd here, man. Where, Rona's got, is Corona, he's got a lot of people scared, Russ, of not really scared, but where do they add depth? Where do they look to maybe add a little bit more to in their position depth charts? And we got 2 drink here asking where does he need to add depth with Rona giving it going down? Well, first of all, Floyd, why do you still have Luke Kuechly on your team, son? Okay, we're going to start there. We can go ahead and get rid of him. All
Right.
right, so we got Luke out of there, Russ. So I did my part. You go ahead and break the rest of this down.
Well, that's fine. I'm cool with that. At the same time, it's probably going to be one of my guys if we ever get a show going with that. But I probably drop John Bostic as well, and probably pick up Cole Holcomb, and then for a replacement for a Bobby Wagner. If you want a little bit more depth, say on the linebacker side as well. I like Nate Gary is another my guy. I mean, I'm watching that Eagles linebackers out of Nate Gary and TJ Edwards are kind of the two that I'm definitely watching. And then I like Chuck Clark. I don't know if he's probably already drafted, but maybe you can work out a trade, I guess. Maybe for you trade away Bostic and I don't know, Luke Kuechly.
Yeah. Here's somebody though. Let's look at Mac Wilson there in Cleveland. Somebody that might be available on waivers there. Somebody that might be able to get
Yeah.
cheap. And you know, a favorite of mine here, Russ, Jacob Phillips there from LSU that got drafted to those Cleveland Browns. I'm a really big fan of Jacob Phillips. I believe that him and Devin White really meshed well there in LSU. And I believe Jacob Phillips is a guy that can get sideline to sideline. Somebody they really need. The question is his coverage going to come up a notch in camp, and with it with maybe not as much camp going on, maybe not as much physical contact, will his coverage come in lack? But Mac Wilson, with already a year under his belt, I'd probably drop Luke Kuechly, look to see if I could get a Mac Wilson there. But your linebacker depth's good. It looks like it's not too deep of the league, especially since I don't even see defensive tackle on your list. So that tells me that you either don't start defensive tackle or maybe defensive line is the category and you just went with edge, which was the right call, by the way. If you have the just defensive line categorization, just going with the edge player is the right call there to drink. So avoid the defensive tackles. You're good there. But I would go ahead and add an edge guy with the dropping of the Luke Kuechly or John Bostic. I'd go ahead and add one edge guy. A guy that I really like is Montez Sweat. He got the linebacker as designation last year, and maybe he's got that edge designation in your league. So look for Montez Sweat. I really like Brian Burns as maybe a trade target. Maybe a guy that's flying under the radar a little bit. Maybe you could package. Maybe you could. Here's something that's going to sound crazy, and a lot of people's not going to like me for it. I think with the addition of Jamal Adams, I think a Bobby Wagner's a little bit of a sale here. I think you could maybe dangle Bobby Wagner out right here for a premier edge guy. I think you could dangle Bobby Wagner right here and get you okay. Your safety is Peppers and Terrell Edmonds. Not to knock on anything, Terrell Edmonds is going to be a little bit more of a center fielder. He's not going to come down in the box because you have Minka Fitzpatrick there already. So he's not going to come down and play in the box. So in my opinion, Terrell Edmonds is almost a piece you could put with a Bobby Wagner to see what you could get, and then maybe go on that waiver wire to get your safety.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's pretty good. Another player I'd add to that for the defensive line spot is Derek Barnett for the Eagles. I think would be a nice sneaky grab too. He's probably on waivers possibly.
Hey Russ, will you do something real fast for me? Hey, we got a special friend of mine in here right now, J Mike, and would you just extend your hands right now for a warm hug right now for my FF warm hug right here? All right. What up, J Mike? Hey man, good to see you, J Mike. Good to see you. But that's what I'm saying. Jamal Adams, he's going to play in the box a lot, Russ. He's going to play in the box. This guy, there's no limits to where Jamal Adams is going to play at. Is kind of is what I'm getting at here. So Bobby Wagner, not to take anything away from him, but you take 10 to 15 tackles away, Russ, away from this tier 1 of linebacker groups, buddy, you're getting into a tier 2, tier 3 linebacker group right then with just 10 to 15 tackles, brother.
Yeah, they also said they might run with 4 linebackers, so then it's probably going to be Jamal Adams playing that center field spot when they mix that up a little bit. So I mean, you're in the NFC West and you're playing 49ers, they're run heavy. I mean, just the Cardinals, they're the only ones that are going to really throw it out. So they could afford to play maybe 4 linebackers. Kind of 4-4 would be kind of a little interesting look. Then you got Brooks and his value pops up. So I don't know. That's an interesting perspective with Jamal Adams. I like it, but at the same time, I definitely be keeping track of what that team is going to try to do as far as personnel starting for sure.
Right. So let's go ahead and put a little bow on this for Mr. Two Drink here, buddy. We're dropping Luke Kuechly. We're dropping him last Tuesday of last month. Okay. You're good. You're good. We love you, Two Drink. We love you so much. I know you was just hoping maybe he was coming back. I love you, Two Drink. All right, we're getting rid of Luke. And Russ, where are we going at linebacker? Maybe a Cole Holcomb.
Oh yeah.
Who was the other guy there in Philly? Who was you looking at there? Gary,
Oh
Nate Gary. So
yeah.
we're getting rid of Luke there, and we're looking at Nate Gary. We're looking at Cole Holcomb. I like both of those, Russ. And John Bostic, I agree with the drop there, but I'm going to say we look to add edge there with
Yeah.
the
No.
John Bostic edge drop there. So look for maybe a Montez Sweat there on
Yeah.
that edge, or another guy, Russ. Anybody there on the edge that's going under the radar? Maybe
Derek Barnett, possibly.
Derek Barnett, especially since you already got Brandon Graham there. Maybe use that stack against it, and then chase the waiver wire with maybe that Terrell Edmonds drop. I don't think that's a very good center field to have there, but that cornerback group, Russ, in Pittsburgh could be just bad enough to make the free safety spot enough viable. So I wouldn't say it's just drop him, get rid of him, but I wouldn't
Joe Hayden
necessarily
got a
say
lot of
Terrell
tackles.
Edmonds is a must add.
Joe Hayden get a lot of tackles just because Devin Bush wasn't playing when that little
It,
stretch was happening. Is that why he got so many tackles? Because
my
Joe Hayden
my honest opinion is they're still trying to give Mark Barron a run, and they don't just put my boy Bush on the damn field and let him play some football, right? Quit
well, yeah,
playing on the mangle jangle wamba jamba coverage bullshit. Put my boy Devin Bush on the field for 96% of the steps. 4% of them, let him come off, go, put that mouth. Okay,
yeah.
we gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You go, and you back on. You back on. That's my opinion. But hey, I don't run the Steelers. I run this back
Right.
porch and I run that hot tub right there, which I fixed on myself. So how about that, Tomlin? Mike Tomlin, can you fix hot tubs? No.
He's got a guy for that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't have a guy for shit, bro. I mean, crap. I don't have a guy for crap. Man, I forgot we was on the flagship tonight, Russ. Crap. Oh, more power. Power outage. I've got black screen. Oh no. Hey Russ, am I still good on your end?
Yep, I see you. Got the ticker going. I know read off K Bell 54. He had a trade. You want me
Okay,
to read
yeah.
that?
I just noticed old J Mike there said he had a black screen. I was just making sure that
Oh,
wasn't on our end there, brother.
I got you.
Let me check the YouTube feed real fast, make sure we're still going and everything's good. I see live up there, so
Yeah.
yeah, I've got the other trade right here. We got the old brother. Hey, actually, after that one, we've got the big announcement here, buddy. We've
Oh,
got Kaiser 8 at Kaiser 811. Hey, homie, you the winner of the swag pack. We picked you out this week. Me and old Russ here, we got you locked in for the old swag pack. We're gonna hook you up with an IDP Power Hour shirt. We're gonna hook you up with some stickers. We're gonna hook you up with a fanny pack and the latest edition, a golf glove. Added a golf glove to the store, and you will be getting the first ever IDP Power Hour golf glove. Yes, sir, Kaiser 8, you win it. If anybody knows Kaiser 8 out there, tell him to get his butt into the Power Hour right now and claim this prize because I ain't scared to give it away. I'll give it away. I'll give it away again, Russ. I'll give it away again. You better get in here and claim it at Kaiser 811. Yes, at Kaiser 811. Hey, buddy, you got the swag pack for IDP Power Hour. Thanks for entering your trade. And hey, this ain't even really IDP centric one. It's crazy that we kind of randomly draw this one, Russ, because this dude is giving up a lot for Jonathan Taylor, man. He did come back at me, Russ, and say that he's real big on the rookies. He's real big on the rookie running backs. And he kind of already has a nucleus at running back there with Swift, and I believe he said Akers. So he's high on these rookie running backs. So take that in count that he wants a guy. And that's part of trading. Is going and getting your damn guy. I mean, that's part of trading. Let's face that. I mean, whenever you get on there and you start scrolling around, it takes that player to go, I like him. I like him a lot. I like it a lot. And you just go to clicking on people, and before you know it, you go to submit, and then that little screen that comes up next that says everything you picked on, you're like, no, I didn't mean to. But Russ, this is a lot here for a guy that's not taking an NFL snap, in my opinion. Devondre Campbell, he was a top 20 linebacker last year with Atlanta. Now we're going to Cardinals, who kind of in flux, but let's face it, they could use a weak side linebacker or a strong side linebacker or somebody that can rush on the edge. Russ, get into this with me, buddy. This is one that I was really wanting to talk to you about. The winner here, the prize pack. We got to get into this one. What do you think?
Man, I thought the Saints were trying to trade for Ricky Williams all over again. I was like, are you kidding me? You're giving up
Walker's in town.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I think I would have started off with maybe 2 or 3 guys for one. I don't know about 4 guys for one. I mean, Darius Geis, I guess. Maybe he's not really counting him.
Remember what I said, brother. Remember what I said when I started this off. You want your guy. It's all about getting your guy, man. So I'm not so quick to judge, man. The Marvin Jones. If I've got 4 legit wide receivers, I'll stream that 5th one and I'll dangle Marvin Jones myself. So that's the kind of way I'm looking at this. Is Marvin Jones is kind of a throw-in for him. Okay, Devontae Parker. He got the Rona too. He got the Rona too, don't he? Don't he got the Rona too? I think he opted out. I know the Dolphins are dropping like flies, man. I know there's something down there in the bay, in the beach or something, Russ. There's something in the water because them Dolphins are going. So the Parker and Russ, let's face it, 1 year, the guys had 1 year of halfway decent production. Okay, so I'm not real big on Parker. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, Russ, and I'm going to say I like the trade. I like the trade going and getting your guy. I love it. I love it. I think the guy laid down the gauntlet and said, I have Akers, I have Swift, I like these rookie running backs, and by God, I want Jonathan Taylor, and I got this guy that will break his ankle getting out of the cab, going to the stadium. I'm going to throw him in just for namesake, and boom, we all go crazy. That's Darius Geis.
Yeah. Yeah, no, other than I'd like to see the other guys' roster willing to give up all that stuff. I mean, with when you get all those players, you're probably going to have to drop
this is Kaiser's roster. Kaiser is giving up Darius Geis, Marvin Jones, and he's getting Jonathan Taylor. He told me that he's high on these rookie running backs, and he already has Cam Akers, DeAndre Swift, and I believe he had another rookie running back. So he had already had them 2 starting rookie running backs. So the guy is big on the rookie running back.
Yeah. No, and I understand that. I'm just saying from the other guy's perspective, when you receive, more than one person, you're looking at your roster and you're probably going to have to drop some. And he probably maybe he needed a linebacker, and so he was okay making all that. And I don't know how much of that offensive that other guy keeps, but yeah, I was just trying to say from the other guy's point of view on how I would receive that and how I would shuffle the rest of my roster is what I was getting at. But
Hey,
no, I hear you. When you want your guy, you go after him. I mean, everybody
right.
offers the sun for the Christian McCaffreys and the Lamar Jacksons, but
Yep.
once you
Hey,
get
did
those,
I tell you what I got for CEH the other day? Did you see that on Twitter?
I think I might have remembered.
I paid
So,
all 7 kids' tuition for that
yeah,
Chiefs running back there, buddy. I got it all paid, got it all signed off. Yeah, we might be going junior college with 2 of them, but they ain't real athletic anyway. Let's face it, Russ. So we go in Division 3 with the other 4.
hey, maybe some FCS. Get him up.
I need to make an announcement. The boss man seems to think that I'm giving away a damn golf club. We ain't giving away no golf clubs. I said a golf glove. Glove, like, hee hee, glove. But anyway, the fanny pack, t-shirt, stickers, golf gloves. Kaiser, at Kaiser811. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for entering your trade. Thanks for being a part of IDP Power Hour, the follow. Thanks for everything, man. We really appreciate your interaction, and that's what it's about after all, is answering y'all's questions and helping everybody. Hashtag growing IDP together. All right, Russ, we still got more trades. We're 40 minutes in, Russ, and you've been talking way too much, Russ.
Hey, I just try to get it in when I can, man. This shouldn't be rapid fire fast.
All right, brother. Hey, we got another 2 drink question here. Let's go with this one right here, Russ. Justin Jefferson, that LA Rams acquisition, or 2 mid 2021 seconds. 2021 seconds. Looks like the producer forgot to put that in there. I will fire his ass as soon as we get off here, bro.
Booty. Fire his booty.
Booty. Fire his. God dang it.
Anyway, we're going to have to get a cuss jar or something.
Cuss the swear jar.
Yeah, swear jar. There you go. No, I think I'd take the picks. I know that's probably a little bit of a gamble, but he's probably in a dynasty league and probably having those extra picks, and especially that early. I like having the picks rather than the player. I know he hasn't had a snap, and somebody's offering you that high of picks already before snaps are even taken. I'll take the picks. So I'll choose that side.
Yep. I'm going to go with picks if I'm in a rebuild. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson if I need to maybe make a splash to, say, upset a good team in the first round, maybe squeak a win out in the second round, maybe a team that just needs a little piece to put it over the top. I'm going to say I'm going to take JJ. Otherwise, I'm taking the 2 picks for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and you had our homie KB, Kyle Botella. You had a question there from him. You want to get that one on, brother?
Yeah, he said got David Johnson and Amari Cooper for DeAndre Swift, Evan Ingram, and Joey Bosa. Was wondering if he should pull the trigger on that one.
I believe he came back to us and said he went ahead and already declined that, didn't he?
Right.
But let's see, he'd be getting who? That's Amari
and David Johnson.
And DJ. And he's giving up what? What's he gave up?
DeAndre Swift, Evan Ingram, and Joey Bosa.
All right. Well, I'm going to quit typing, and good job, KB. You declined a good decline. Yeah. Don't take that, homie. Don't take that. Don't take that. If there's anybody that's still running the Carry On Johnson fan club, It's me. It's me. But I'm still a pretty big DeAndre Swift fan, especially coming out of Georgia and doing what he did in the SEC. I'm a pretty big DeAndre Swift fan. I actually got him ranked number one with my running backs. Yep, you heard it. You heard it right here on IDP Power Hour.
Just for
DeAndre,
right.
yeah, I think what he did in Georgia and then coming out to land in a spot, Matt Stafford not being there is going to put a kink in things. It's going to put a little ruffle in the feather of this trade, is what I think
Yeah.
is the biggest problem. Because let's face it, Matt Stafford's a little bit more intimidating than I don't. Is Brian Hoyer there? I don't know. I don't know who's there. Kellen Clemens. I don't know who's there. Russ, but
Yeah.
you know it's a factor though. It's a factor. Detroit don't have the best offensive line as it is, you know, and now they're going to be losing maybe the signal caller. So it's that's
Chase Daniels. I got
Chase
Chase Daniels.
Daniels. Okay,
Chase
well
Daniels.
then yep, then that changes my mind. No. All
Hey,
right.
he's a Big 12 guy.
Russ, the DM, the last one I sent you. We'll leave the names of the teams off, but you want to send that trade in the last one I sent you, the DM.
Would that
Don't.
be the Aaron Jones one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Aaron Jones. Please bring that one up, my good friend.
We got Aaron Jones, Derek Barnett, Rashawn Evans, Willie Gay, and Kevin Bayard for DeAndre Swift, Chase Young, and Adrian Phillips. And after hearing you talk about Adrian Swift, you probably jumped all over that. And Chase Young.
If yeah, I will go ahead and break the news here. This is one of my trades. This is one that I've sent in, and I've said I'm a big carry on fan, so that means that I need somebody that's probably going to be taking his job. And I'm a big fan of Swift coming out of the SEC, so you know, and I'm not really big on Aaron Jones. I'm not big on those Packers. I'm not big on the Packers, Russ. I can't buy into Aaron Jones as a top 10 running back. I can't do it, Russ. I can't.
Yeah, that Aaron Jones one, that's a tough one to shuffle through. I like him. There's a little bit of bias there too, but at the same time, I just they got AJ Dillon. He could vulture some touchdown carries. You know, it could get interesting in Green Bay if they're going to all of a sudden start trying to throw more, or if they're still going to try to run. That's a hard team to figure out right now. Still, even though they're coached, second year I think will be this year, but still. You a pretty big believer in Adrian Phillips. You actually going to start him, or you try?
Hey, Patrick Chung's out. Patrick
Oh,
Chung's
that's
out.
true. Yeah, that's
Patrick
true.
Chung's out.
Yeah.
And who is the best 1 year wonder safety in freaking IDP football, Russ? Who's the best 1 year wonder safety in IDP football? It's Mr. Adrian Phillips, brother. He is a redraft god, buddy. He's gonna go ham in that. I mean, I'm very excited for Adrian Phillips. I'm buying him wherever I can. I'm buying him wherever I can. And the best part about it is the Patrick Chung news has went so far under the radar that you can get Adrian Phillips as like a little throw-in to these trades, and that's what I'm doing. If you'll notice, the biggest piece of that whole trade was Chase Young, and that's the person that we ain't even talked about yet. The biggest piece of see, that's what I do, Russ. That's what Oklahoma does here with his little trades, you know. You know, I throw a big name out there that I'm not real big on.
Oh, shoot. You still there? Oh, I don't know.
Russ.
Oh,
Russ.
there you are. You're good.
Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. Hey, yeah. Hey, the armadillos are chewing on the Wi-Fi. Okay, we got to wrap it up. Russ, buddy, was that all we had for today?
That looks like that's all I saw. Yeah. Oh, you got Tyler was wanting. Who do you want more out of Devin
Oh
Bush or
yeah.
Devin Smith?
Hey, Russ, I'm going to be the first to admit that I don't do a lot of offensive background checking, profiling. Who the beep does Devin Smith play for?
Devin Smith? Isn't that the linebacker there for Tampa Bay along Levante David? Devin Smith? Ain't that who he's talking about?
Devin White. Devin
Oh,
White.
oh,
I
yeah,
would. Hey,
yeah.
here's a fun. Hey, the only reason I asked that, brother, I swear to God, I thought he might have been talking about the Ohio State wide receiver that can stretch the field, Devin Smith. I believe he got drafted to like the Cowboys, like
Oh,
like 2 years ago, a year ago. Devin Smith, he can stretch the field. I'm telling you, look it up. Look it up when we get off here. So that's I didn't know if this guy maybe had landed back in like the offensive community didn't know something I didn't know, or it's Devin Bush for me. Devin White, Devin Bush, it's Devin Bush for me, Russ, without a doubt. Matter of fact, my LB number one is Devin
yeah,
Bush, folks. Devin
yeah.
Bush.
I've gradually just raised him up my rankings a little bit just because you're so much claim to fame on him. But I don't
I
know.
think I think they're still going to bring the pressure in the front end with T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree. I still like what they got going up front. He's got a year under his belt, which just means more snaps. I like Mark Barron playing next to him instead of taking snaps to him, opposed of him. So I really like
I
Devin
think
Bush
they
this
said
year.
Vince Williams was gonna there was gonna be Vince Williams and Devin Bush side by
That's
side.
what they said. That's what they said before until they seen Vince Williams out there giving up freaking 12-yard in routes, and then his ass got yanked. I mean, his butt got yanked. So don't worry about Vince Williams, folks. He's going
Okay.
to be in there on maybe third and short, second short downs. Vince Williams is going to get some snaps, but he ain't nothing to worry about. I don't think so. But
Yeah, yeah. That Steelers. I'm curious on that Stefan Tuitt. I think he could be a sneaky play.
I like Stephen Tuitt a lot too. Yeah, defensive tackle required leagues. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Mm.
Big fan of DJ Reader. They're moving to Cincy.
I mean,
Defensive tackles. We didn't get into much defensive tackles this episode with the trade talk, so might as well throw some out there. Any other good ones there? DJ Jones just got signed by the San Francisco 49ers, and this is a guy that had a little bit of impact for him there in the middle. So if Salmon Thomas, whatever, if S. Thomas drops the ball any more there in San Francisco, look for DJ Jones to get those snaps with Javon Kinlaw. Look at DJ Jones in those deeper leagues. DJ Jones.
yeah. Yeah, and I don't Ed Oliver. I don't know if people are drafting him either since he got in trouble through the law or whatever. But I don't think he's going to be suspended any games. I mean, he's kind of got the big name recognition, but if
Taven
people,
Bryan. Taven Bryan's the guy I wanted to talk about. Taven Bryan there in Jacksonville. The guy that he was kind of the edge defensive tackle guy. They played him in and out, in and out, in and out last year. But this guy's going to be strictly in the middle this year. And this is a guy that had the ceiling of Javon Kinlaw's and of DeForest Buckner's, Ed Oliver's, Dexter Lawrence's. So watch for Taven Bryan. I think that's a real good ad there in the defensive tackle. Jeffrey Simmons, Taven Bryan, Jeffrey Simmons. There's some good DTs, Russ. There's some good ones, bro.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
young ones.
There's only a few that do the Sue effect, though. Everywhere he goes, somebody on that defensive line gets 20 sacks. So I'm curious if that repeats this year.
There's some good ones, brother. Neville Gallimore there in Dallas. I think that's a good ad there. Watch that. Watch that old Neville Gallimore, that old boomer. That old boomer. Boomer.
Well, if we want to go that route, I think Malik Collins just signed with the Raiders.
There you go. There
Yeah,
you go. I like
yeah.
that. I like that because we all
way.
know Cleveland Farrell needs some damn help. Max Crosby looking like a Pro Bowl because he got Cleveland Farrell over there. I wish people would play a little bit more IDP football and they'll see that the offensive line was just paying more attention to Cleveland Farrell. That's
Right.
because Max Crosby was coming and gobbling up sacks. This year they'll have to pay more attention to Max Crosby. Cleveland Farrell. Watch Cleveland Farrell there on that edge. He didn't make a big splash year one, but that's because he had all the attention, Russ.
Yeah, no, I actually got him ranked above Max Crosby, which
I do
probably
too. Same.
I I,
Bam.
I think he's
Yeah.
like you said. He's I totally agree. That's
Yeah.
one that's probably not too popular, but definitely one that I like.
Also like Jerry Tillery there in LA, the LA Chargers. They got Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa on one side, Jerry Tillery with a year under his belt there in the middle. So watch out for Jerry Tillery. So defensive tackle talk here then. Show, Russ. Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah.
Hey, the big fellas, it starts in the trenches. You know, you got to start. They got to have a center to snap the ball. They got to have a defensive guy to get the things revved up. You know, the Calais Campbells that have moved and the Hargraves that have moved around to other teams that are going to help out somebody on that defensive line or coming off the edge or something. You know, there's definitely something to be said for them. Kind of feel like sometimes those defensive tackles, too bad they couldn't get like an assist, like how hockey they get two, you know, pass it twice and get an assist. Like we need something for the defensive tackles to have that stat because they're doing a lot
hits,
more.
baby. QB hits.
They're doing a lot more than what people realize.
Hey, Russ. I didn't tell you about this, but I got a little bit of a surprise for you, buddy.
I got a surprise.
Yeah, and you know me, and you don't never know what's going to happen. But there's something that I used to do on a show when I first started podcasting. It's my favorite thing in the world, and I wanted to bring it back to now my favorite show, IDP Power Hour. It was something called Under Pressure. It was 10 questions in 30 seconds while Queen Under Pressure played in the background. Buddy, would you like to go under pressure real fast for the first time before we end the show, man? Russ,
Hey,
I didn't want to have any guests on and do under pressure before I got you to go under pressure, man. All it is 5
oh,
questions, baby, and you know I'm coming at you with the IDP. Best thing about it is you didn't know this was going to happen, so be ready to go. All right, Russ?
yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, buddy. All right, wife, get my spit tune and start the timer. All right, Russ, here we go, buddy. Russ, do you drive a car, truck, or SUV?
Pickup.
Pickup. All right, buddy. Do you live in the suburbs, the sticks, or the city?
Be more suburb, I guess.
Right on, buddy. Russ, you got any kids, buddy? How many kids you got?
2.
2 kids. Awesome, buddy. Russ, what do you do for a living besides talk on IDP Power Hour with my stupid self?
I do a little bit of railroading.
Railroading, Russ. Thank you, man, for making this country move, man. We appreciate it, brother. Russ, last real life question. You go to the supermarket, brother. You got $20, man. You need to make a meal for the missus, brother. This is on point. $20. What meal do you get for $20 at the supermarket, brother? $20. That's it. Don't go over. $20. What meal you making, Russ?
Man, I make some poor man's hamburger helper with some ground beef and some rice.
Oh, so you still got like $14, Russ?
Hey, that's what I get a little bit of fruit so they can have a snack. You know, a couple apples.
Yeah, I like this. Russ, hey, buddy, I need your number 1 linebacker for 2020.
B-Wags.
B-Wags, okay, brother. I love it. Russ, we just got out of the defensive tackle talk. Who is your number 1 sell high defensive tackle.
Sell high. Defensive
Sell high,
tackle.
brother.
Aaron Donald. You're probably not going to get any more.
I love it. You're not going to get any. I love it. All right, Russ, 12 seconds. We've got 4 questions, buddy. We got 4. Who's number 1 safety, Jamal Adams or Derwin James?
Tracy Walker.
Tracy Walker with the. Russ, here's the last one. I'm going to put a corkscrew in this, brother. I need your number 3 wide receiver.
Number 3 wide receiver.
Your number 3 wide receiver, Russ. Hurry! Freddie Mercury can't sing much longer, Russ. Come on, brother.
There's so many of them. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. All right, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I kind of just sprung that on you, man. But I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something to end the show, man, and that was something that was kind of a catalyst to the original show, Rated IDP Live. That's something that just mean to a lot to me in my heart was Under Pressure, man. So thanks for going under pressure, Russ. We're going to start making them guests go under pressure. Me and you going to get together. We're going to ask them some questions now. I'll get like a buzzer. Like if they say something wrong, it'll be like, nah, or something like that, you know. We'll mess with them, Russ. All right, buddy. But hey, before we get out of here, Kaiser 8 at Kaiser 811. You're the winner of the swag pack, buddy. Thanks for sending in your trade questions. Thanks everybody for sending in your trade questions. Man, Tyler, Floyd, Hollywood, KB, Russ. Man, the outreach has been awesome for IDP Power Hour, brother. I couldn't thank everybody enough, man. It's just been awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been great. I've shared this to my other fantasy leagues that I'm in, and I got one guy. He's been watching it and listening, so I just lay it out on the line like it is. I talk a little bit of our league and kind of rank things based off our stuff, and I kind of try to feed him some food for thought on some things, but at the same time, I can't tell him too much, but at the same time, I don't want to cheat the rest of the people, so they get what they get, and hopefully this doesn't jinx me for my own league.
And you know me, buddy, I'm always holding back. I'm never, being myself or anything like that. I'm always got it held in. No, I'm just, I'm always, but, Russ, there's nobody else I'd rather have helping us run this ship on Dynasty Happy Hour, man, than you, buddy. You're perfect pepper to my salt, man. That's what I should say. You know what I mean? I love you, Russ, man. And before we get out of here, you got anything going on? You want to tell everybody that Twitter handle? Tell everybody about that FF Blitz, brother? Just plug your stuff, homie.
Oh, yeah. No, just follow me on Twitter at ClutchRuss72. DM me some questions or whatever. Do a little bit of IDP Fantasy Blitz on YouTube. Put some videos up on there. Probably going to do some video articles. I had an article going, and CJ Mosley opt out, so kind of put a crank in my armor with putting that article out. So
Neville Hewitt.
Hey, Blake Cashman, baby. I like Blake Cashman.
Okay, so I'm at Oklahoma Doug. I've never been on Russ's FF Blitz, but that's neither here nor there. We'll take that up when we get out of here, I guess. I guess I ain't really that caliber, but, I don't take it to heart or anything, but, it kind of affects the way I run my life activities.
We'll get you on there. I thought I'd just.
Russ, I love. Hey, Mike Wallard episode was one of my favorite episodes, man. Mike is such a character, dude. He's always laid back, just like me and yourself, man. I love being around Mike Wallard, and that's one of my favorite episodes. That's the latest one to watch. Well, I didn't watch it. I listened to it as I was mowing, and then all of a sudden the Bluetooth starts going beep 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 beep. And that means like I'm too far away from the signal. And I'm like, what the hell, right? And I look up, man, and there's the phone over there. It's like I done dropped it over there, about mowed over it 4 times. And you and Mike Wallard are just talking back. I never knew it. But
yeah, no, that was a good
Russ. All right, Russ. Hey, what did the fish say when it hit the wall?
Oh, damn.
Damn. All right, Russ. Hey, you can find all my work at Dynasty nerds.com, my rankings, my writings. I did a story there on the Washington Redskins, 32 teams in 32 days. You can find my rankings there at Dynasty Nerds. You can find all of these wonderful episodes. We'll have 2 dropping. Not only do we have this Trade Spectacular show dropping tonight, probably tomorrow morning for your Thursday blues, we'll have 2 shows dropping. Me and Russ get into some ADP talk, and we get down and dirty into some Superflex talk. The last show, Russ, I just found it on the hard drive, so I'm gonna get that show.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place, Russ. I need a secretary, homie. I need a secretary.
Yeah. More busier we get, the better, right?
I love it, brother. I love it. I love that jersey behind you. I love you, Russ. I love IDP Power Hour. I love DHH. I love all of our wonderful sponsors, especially Trophy Smack. If you enter that promo code Oklahoma, OKLAHOMIE, you'll get a free blinged out ring, baby, with a trophy purchase. Also, myfantasyleague.com, the most customizable fantasy site in the game. We love you, My Fantasy League, and we'll welcome any and all things My Fantasy League. Russ, I've got a buzz. We better wrap up. I love you. See you next time. This is IDP Power Hour. We're out.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
He said yeah. Russ, bye, buddy. Hey, what's
later.
the other jersey? What's the other one? Is that
Javon I put up that's
Javon Curse.
Yeah.
That's Javon Curse, man. Oh, I love Javon Curse, man. He was a tweener, man. Did he play more of the edge?
Yeah, he was pretty much just the edge guy. Yeah, he came off
edge defensive end.
Yeah, I would probably. Yeah, I'd list him as probably a defensive end.
I wasn't playing IDP at that time, and I've always wondered, was he maybe like a cloudy type that played
except better.
Where's that guy going? Where's he going, Russ? Before we get the hell off here, Russ, where he going? Where Cloudy going?
I heard some rumor that the Raiders were almost going to try to get him, and then I was like, well, that'll just devalue Max Crosby even more. But yeah, that's the latest.
I heard the Titans had rumbled.
Yeah, the Titans. Well, what a coincidence. We'll have to keep our ears open for that one.
Russ, hey, since we got 2 of these stocked up, buddy, I'm going to get this thing right here in the mail tomorrow. Okay, buddy?
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right, brother. Love you, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll take care.
Boomer Sooner, Russ.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner, Russ.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Boomer Sooner, Russ. Boomer.